Ancient Map, Dream and Interpretation. I have received this dream on 16th of November 2019. Dream in nutshell. The building of British Parliament on wheels travelled through on a big old map. It went in the middle. Short explanation. Conservative parties will rise around the world, which allows the proper freedom of speech. So among the Democratic, Republican, Liberal or Socialist parties, a new kind of party will rise up in this decade. Conservative parties will allow the freedom of speech properly. Long version of my dream. My husband and I were inside a huge building, which looked like a huge American railway station or underground station. It was a great hall of a station like the Union Station. At the main building, the great hall, on the floor, there was a building-wide map made of tiles with an ancient-looking old map on it. The big old-looking map on the floor looked like the first ancient world map. This one is made with sepia colors, except the sides of continents. Sides of continents was made with declined blue colors. It looked like blue waves surrounding the big islands. The ocean was a bit of bluish, bit of brownish. The color of map. The thick lines around the dry land had bluish color, like the one I have used as thumbnail of this video. The map on the floor almost looked like a puzzle, but it made with big square tiles. The world map itself can only be seen from a distance properly. My husband was standing on the left side corner of map, upper side. He set his foot on United States. A couple of seconds later, we have found ourselves on the balcony of the station, looking down to the map and the station from above, from the first floor. From above, the map was still big, but the people became tiny. People became tinier and tinier. The interior of the station became bigger and bigger. From the middle of the upper side of the map, the building of British Parliament appeared on wheels. But it was not coming from the direction of British Islands. It came from the middle of upper side of map, from the direction of Iceland. The building of British Parliament on wheels crossed over on the big map slowly, keeping its way in the middle, to the direction of south. First I thought the people of station will move down, but the people comfortably can walk underneath it without any accident. Even the wheels not caused any accident, and the dream was over. The dream from the Lord have many layers. I can interpret some layers. Explanation of the dream. The railway station represents a station in our life and the season of our life and the new beginning. Old map on the floor represents the world itself. The old map looked like the Abraham Ortelius map or Planisphere ancient world map. The building of British Parliament represents an old and new political system. From the root of the past, an all-new Conservative Party will rise up with old values around the world. It will rise up in the United States as well, and the United States has an important role in it. Building of Parliament was coming from the direction of Iceland, not from the British Island. Later, I have found out that the British Parliament created in Iceland. So the base of parliamentary system is coming from Iceland. The English-British Parliament was born in the 12th century, despite they had their own kingdom, kings and queens. But it is not ruled by the kings or queen. It is not an authoritarian system. The British Parliament on wheels was travelling to south on the world map. A lot of people were walking safely underneath it, meaning the British type of parliament is one of the safest government systems in the world. It's not leftist, not liberal, not right, not drawn to China either, like the poor countries in Europe or anywhere else. The British have a conservative party right now. In the dream, the British Parliament went through in the middle of the world, meaning conservative parties will be created around the world, which are not leftist, not drawn to China either. They are not communists, not socialists. Conservative parties are not extreme. They are going in the middle. Everywhere where liberals or socialists appeared, they are extreme. No proper freedom of speech anymore, no old values. But with the help of conservative parties, there still will be freedom of speech and old values. British Parliament went through the world, but not on people, and not caused any accident, meaning the conservative system is not taking away your freedom and not cause any harm. Railway station, meaning we are traveling through life. Sometimes we are changing our routes, we have stations of life, seasons of life. Regardless, we are traveling, we are travelers. God can remove the world leaders if He wants. From the book of Daniel, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are His, and He changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise, and knowledge to those who have understanding. He reveals deep and secret things. He knows what is in the darkness, and light dwells with Him. Jesus is the King of kings, Lord of prime ministers. From the book of Revelation, on His robe and His thigh, He has this name written, King of kings and Lord of lords. We are led through life by Holy Spirit. From book of John, the wind blows wherever it pleases. You hear its sound, but you cannot tell where it comes from or where it is going. So it is with everyone born of Spirit. There is a time and season for everything. New season is coming. There is a time for everything and the season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. This is the time to speak.